Good morning. This is Justin back with an engineer's perspective, and today I wanted to talk about this here Dewalt Recip saw. This is Dewalt's compact, one-handed, brushless, atomic Recip saw. The purpose of it is to be very lightweight, compact, one-handed. They did a great job at that. It is model number DCS369. Some quick specs: 2,800 strokes per minute with a 5/8 inch length stroke. That comes out, if you multiply them together, to about 1,750 inches per minute of cutting. I like that number because if you watch tests, assuming a saw doesn't get too bogged down, if something has double the inches per minute, it generally cuts about twice as fast. So that's a really quick, easy way with Recip saws to get an idea of where you're gonna land. And just for kind of a point of reference, a standard 1.1/8 3,200 strokes per minute saw is like 3,600 inches per minute versus the 1,750 on this guy. So right away, you know what I'm gonna say about this thing is it is freaking slow. Oh my word, it is just unbelievably slow, this guy. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Okay, I take that back. It does matter what you're doing, but a lot of times it's too slow. For any heavy duty applications, which it's obviously not designed for, but certainly can handle, I will attest to that. It is just so painfully slow to go through wood, steel, whatever. And we'll do some cutting here, showing that here shortly, but it is so crazy slow. That said, it has some really good points. I mean, in terms of a compact saw, you've got 12.5 inches front to back without a battery. That is really good. Top to bottom, also very compact. We've got 4.5 down to this point here. Just a really nice size. Let's get a weight on that as well. It's the balance on it's fantastic, especially with a battery in it for one-handed use. All right, that is in grams. Not very useful for us here in the States. 3 pounds, 3.5 ounces. And it's 1,460 grams for those who care. Let's get a 5 amp hour XR battery on there. That's how I usually run it. It doesn't seem to gain power past the 3.0 compact battery. Here we go. That one right there. If you get this battery in there, at least a 4, then that you're maxing out the power this thing can deliver. So with the 5 amp, 4 pounds, 10 ounces basically. Very reasonable weight. Very reasonable. And very, very well balanced, easy to manipulate with one hand. Really like that. You can see it's got an LED up front. The way you insert the blade is with this flap here, so I've never had any issues with that. As I, in front of the camera, have issues with it. There you go. And so, there you are. You can usually drop it out. There's not a spring that kicks them out on this one, but usually it's open enough where you can kind of shake it out and they'll drop free, which is nice when you've got a hot blade you're trying to switch out. The size is a great factor. The weight is a great factor. And one thing that this really shines at is vibration. I'm just going to let it run and see if you can see. I mean, you can't see my hand shaking at all. Oh, and an adjustable shoe, which is kind of a rarity on some of these. The vibration is so great on this thing. It barely vibrates. They did a bang-up job mitigating that, however they did. So I think it's not a terrible saw because you got to think about what this is for. For something that's one-handed, light, compact, reaches in those places, if maybe you don't have the speed for of cutting on it, maybe that's okay to cut that one PVC pipe or that one bolt or whatever it is that you're reaching into this space to do that. So and its downfall is that because it is slow like that, it's not a very versatile tool, in that it's probably not the right one to choose for a bigger job. But like I said, it does have the design and, you know, like the Dewalt quality to handle some pretty stressful situations without burning up. So if you're in the Dewalt platform and you're going into this eyes wide open that it's not going to be your one and only Sawzall, I think it's a great buy. I've heard really good things about the 12-volt version of this too, that it honestly doesn't lose much power. So to me, that speaks volumes of how much power this thing sucks if a 12-volt can compete with it. I did want to throw in an actual visual comparison. So here's another Sawzall. This is my bigger one that's pretty new to me. I got it for $100 on the Home Depot hack, where you buy the batteries, get this for free, return it, get it for $100. Pretty sweet. So this is the DCS382. Also, I would consider this to be a compact Recip saw. And also, I mean, Dewalt's not really, Recip saws aren't the top of its game. Look to like Milwaukee for that. But you can see that in this compact form factor, like it's not that big of a difference in size, like up front, just looking at it, but like just in a tool pouch, in a cabinet, it makes such a big freaking difference. And so it's way worth it. So just kind of a size comparison there. So I really love the size of this. And you saw the vibration of this guy before, and that's what I wanted to show again, is the vibration of this. And then we're going to get to some cutting. So here's the vibration of this guy. Nothing. Here's the vibration of this guy. I'm now realizing that doesn't come across on camera nearly as well as I was hoping. Believe you me, this vibrates a heck of a lot more than that one does. So anyways, we're going to cut some 2x4 and some pipe and some 2x2 tubing, so stay tuned. All right, so here's a chunk of 2x4. It is a little bit beat up from getting used on other things, so, you know, hey, imperfect world. So here's the Atomic Recip 5 amp hour battery, full bars. I'm gonna do 3 cuts through it, and then we'll have a time there. And then I'm actually gonna go on with the DCS382, just so you guys have kind of a point of comparison, like how slow is this really. I've got a Milwaukee 6-inch 5 TPI wood with nails blade. It is used, same blade on the other saw, whatever. And I've got you down there just for vibration's sake. So you do got this little area to hold on to, which is always nice. So let's let her rip. Alright, that was the Atomic. Now on to the 382. Wow, that's nice. That's real nice. Alright, so you can see that the 382 is a lot faster. And this is not the fastest Recip saw out there. Your 1 1/4 strokes, your orbital ones like your Milwaukees and Makitas, basically everybody but frickin' Dewalt, but a lot faster. Alright, now I'm going to check up this 1 1/4 pipe. Alright, here's my 1 1/4 pipe. I'm probably just going to do 1 cut through this just for the sake of time and not wasting my cheater bar. Alright, so I've got a brand spanking new Diablo 9-inch, what do they call it, bimetal blade. There's a 14 and 16 TPH blade. It's for medium metal. in the Atomic. Let's give her a rip. So you can see that's a little painful, a little bit painful there, but did it. Wow. All right, give me a second. I just got to make sure I didn't wake up anybody. All right, everybody's sound asleep. Probably not going to do the 2x2 square tubing, just running out of time here. But we've got the DCS369. We'll do that cut now. You guys are going? Yep. So you can see, I was pushing decently hard on this guy, and I only managed to almost stall it out at one point towards the end. So that's very impressive power for its size. It's just got that small stroke length that it just can't get over for speed. And when you go to something even like this, that's not a full size, full power Sawzall, but kind of in that class, it's just obvious. I mean, if you're cutting pipe like this, you've got, unless it's just like one every once in a while, just forget it, okay? This is not the demo tool for that. That is just awful and painful and just generally terrible. But if you have need a plumber's tool, get in the tight spaces, be able to always make the cut, plenty of power, and just willing to take a little bit more time with that, God, this thing is killer. And for those smaller steel pipes, copper, PVC, it definitely is plenty fast for those. So overall, would I recommend this tool? I would, with the absolute strong caveat of letting them understand that, or letting people understand that it is not a full-on Sawzall, like you can just use it for everything. I would definitely push people more if they wanted an overall versatile Sawzall, something more like the DCS382, or even in the Dewalt line, like their compact one, where you kind of get the best of both worlds of small size but good power and speed. But if you're just looking for a full bore Sawzall, obviously get the big boys, the full-on ones too. But that's all I've got for today. Have a good one. Bye.